Hi and welcome back, and yes, I haven't let them out of the room. Kathleen and Gerhard are still here. When I told them what the next segment was, they were like, oh no. Because we all go through it, me included, challenges, emotional and actual practical challenges. And I guess because you've been through it, it gives you a greater understanding for when you help other businesses. But yourselves, what kind of challenges did you go through, emotional challenges or practical challenges to getting your business up and off the ground? What have you found?
I think first of all, being new to a country, first in New Zealand, starting to build new relationships and then immigrate again to Australia was very difficult.
Why make it easy? Just change countries.
Yes, I mean, we changed countries twice, and it was to learn new systems and culture. I think was a big thing for us to learn different cultures and how they do things, because when you're in a country you think this is the only way to do it, and then you go to a different country, say, well, they do it totally different, and you say this cannot work, but they survive.
Yes,
they still do it. So.
Interesting word you said, culture. Kathleen, how did you find that? Coming from country to country and all of a sudden culture and trying to adapt not only just in your personal lives but then adapt it for a business life as well.
It was an unexpected challenge in some ways, because when we moved from South Africa to New Zealand, your initial thought is, well, it's a colder country, but they speak English. Yeah. We all love rugby. There's a lot of common ground there. One of my biggest challenges initially was that people didn't understand my South African accent, and one of the words I couldn't say was the word ear, which they say something like air. Right. And so there was a real communication barrier there. I guess on the positive though, what it forces you to do is really reevaluate, to take a look at yourself and to see how you might need to change to adapt to the needs of people. And certainly the Australian, the New Zealand, the South African cultures are all quite different in subtle ways. But at the end of the day, we're all people, and it's about finding that common way to connect.
And connection. I think if you can find a connection, and you feel related to a person, you can do business or you can have a relationship, but you need that connection, and that we found once you have that connection, everything changes in business, in friendship.
Yes.
It's interesting you use that word connection there, because I find a lot of businesses, I went through it myself, and you get stuck and you wonder why the sales aren't coming in. But I found what you're saying. I've suddenly gone back and said, you know what, I've stopped connecting with people. Do you find that a business, and obviously someone stepping into business now is going to take this on board, but someone who's actually stuck now, is that one of the areas you two like to go, let's just have a look what's happening with the connections, not only just with your employees or if you're just by yourself, but with customers, suppliers, networks?
And I think 99.9% of the time we find that the owner do not communicate his vision with his staff. So we all work and we all get a salary, but we don't know where we're going to. And once you communicate that goal and that vision, and say, if we get after a quarter to this level, this will be the reward, everybody's on board.
Yes.
And guess what happened the next quarter? Because they know there was a reward, they do it faster. Because people, it's not about the money. It might be a movie ticket. If we get this target, there's 2 movie tickets for you and your partner. So it's not always about money, but people need to know where they're on their way to.
Yes.
And business owners are very bad in communicating that.
I think when you're talking like movie tickets and so forth, when I had young apprentices running in my building company, that was one of our rewards. We had 2 in particular, absolutely fantastic, and they redesigned. I said they McDonaldized my workshop. They were brilliant. And they didn't do it for the money, they did it because they said they wanted to work in a better environment. So we actually bought them gold class. Gold class is really luxurious cinema for those overseas. Bought them cheese platters, and they went with their partners. And that's all they talked about. But it really went, they came back and said it wasn't the money, it was that you appreciated what I did.
Exactly.
And that's what they were after. Do you find, I will say, just stick on this for a moment with connections, I find that sometimes business can be lonely. And people forget that they need to go to where their customers are. They need to network. They need to force themselves to go to those early morning breakfasts.
Yes.
All
Yes.
that. Is this one of the cultural aspects in business you're finding very prominent in Australia today?
I think what I find is that sometimes dealing with some of the clients at the moment is that you need to give your client what they want, you know, and sometimes they got a product and they think this is a product for everybody, but maybe it's not. It's because they didn't go out there and ask people, what do you need? You know, and then manufacture or develop a program for that.
Yeah.
So they've got this idea in their heads, but it's not tested.
And I think networking groups
Yeah.
really do offer that kind of support. Because you're right, it can be a really lonely journey, particularly if you're a one-person business.
Yes.
It's really important to have those connection points, not only to collaborate and support other businesses, but also to test ideas in the market. And
Good point, that one.
you know, it only takes, you always say, it only takes that one person, one opportunity, one idea that can really be a game changer for you.
Yeah.
So we don't always go with a smile on our face
No.
at 7 o'clock in the morning, but it's really important to attend
Yes.
those networking events
Yeah.
because you just never know who you're going to meet.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm going to take a quick break, but before we go, I've got to ask you, when it comes to connections, do you find you've got a huge advantage being a husband and wife team? Everyone says you can't answer your question, but we can. Don't ask them that. Yes, we can. Come on. Does it give you an advantage being a husband and wife team?
I think so. For us, we worked together for more than 10 years now.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
she compliments me in a lot of ways.
And
Yeah.
we complement each other.
Yes, so we're a very strong team.
Mm.
She's the person that will research until 10, 12 o'clock at night, you know, and go to bed with a white paper,
I love Google.
you know. So we complement each other really well.
Does it assist you, and I'll make this the last question before we go to a break, does it assist you when you're with a client that you find sometimes clients resonate with either one or the other more so, or do they appreciate they get two perspectives being given to them?
I think it's more the two perspectives because, as Gerhard says, we do complement each other and we'll often perhaps see the same situation from completely different angles.
It's a huge advantage.
So I think it's probably, would you agree, more the two perspective view that people find beneficial.
Yeah.
There's always two ways to do a thing. Not only one way.
And then they can trust their gut.
Yes, exactly. You've listened.
We'll take a quick break, and don't worry, we're not going to let them out of the studio just yet. We'll come back with more with Kathleen and Gerhard.